Good afternoon. It's a beautiful Memorial Day after a great weekend. Kind of chilling today, and I thought I'd take a stroll through the food forest and give an update. I haven't done one in a while. I'm gonna try to do both and see if I can get start with the original one and then work our way through. So I'm gonna be moving kind of quick and try to make a reasonable length video here. So we'll start up by the house. This is the arroz con pollo pepper, which has been here for years now, and it just kind of keeps coming. It was a lot bigger than that. The freeze got it, so it's going to be a theme of a lot of things. There were some hard freezes this year, so some dooryard citrus, some just lemons over there. I'm not going to name all the plants as we go, but I'll just show. It's a Puerto Rican plantain. That's a ladyfinger banana. Those are Suriname cherries. This is a mulberry. It's a giant mulberry. This one's really good flavor, so we keep propagating that one and giving it away. Vegetable garden's looking a little rough. It's hot, but we got to flip a few beds. We still got Everglades tomatoes over there. This mango got burnt pretty bad, so we pruned it. This one had Christmas lights in it. We kept it covered, and so it should bounce back pretty nicely. It already has. It was a twig. Same thing with the K-Tuck or Katuk, depending on who you are. Gingers. Some cheap blueberries I got from a farm that was closing down. This is an Orinoco banana. This is the play area where I do a lot of work, so I got some. You can kind of see through here. That back there is where my water chestnuts are growing. This is the banana we can't seem to agree on a name, but so we called it Primero since it's the first one we had. We'll figure it out at one point. All right, and so what we're going into now is the one I called the Dad's Food Forest. It was the original one where he just started playing around, and it's about 3 years old. I haven't really planted anything or done anything in it for the last at least year, because we've been working on the new area. And so what's here is here. There's an avocado hiding behind these palms. I don't know what kind of palms those are. They came up in the mulch, and so I left them there this winter, and they did a great job shielding that avocado from frost. Lemongrass is here. The moringas are all coming back along the fence line, but there was a bunch of pigeon pea all through here, and it grew right over top of us, and that all froze back. Chaya used to be up there, and it's down here now, but it's coming back too. The Namois are cranking out some bananas for us now that they're back in the game. That's got to be the one I would say for Central Florida. If you're going to grow just one banana, man, go with Namois, I think, because it has been super productive. Our grapevines back there, we got 3 improved muscadine varieties on the vines. There's one right here, and then there's 2 back-to-back vines right there. So they're starting to set fruit this year for the first time, but they were planted last year. And then in here, this mess, there's some Barbados cherries in here. There was falsa. There was a few things growing in here that died and they froze back, but the nopales cactus didn't care. There's some yams underneath that don't care, and there's actually a dragon fruit that I let run up the tree, and it only froze to about here, and so it's still okay. This mango got hit the worst, so it stops here, and it used to be like way up here. It was doing great, but it got burnt way back, but it's coming. Cavendish, some Togo, cassava, loquat in the background. Lots of cassava with a Brazilian banana right there. Sweet potatoes. There's a lot of cassava in here. Olives. The pomegranate did okay. It didn't care, but there was some K-Tuck or Katuk behind there that died back. Some papayas that are trying to come back. By the end of the season, they should have some size. You can actually start to see this papaya right here is coming in. Oh, I go around that way. Yeah, it's coming back. All right. There was a miracle fruit right there, but it's done. Got toasted. Lemon here. This tree that was like the basis for this whole system originally is dead, and it's been shedding, and it took out my fence again. So I gotta get in there. Once I get this stable, I'll probably come redo some things in here, but it hasn't really been touched since we first set it up. And it ended right here, and so I annexed a little bit into a little side yard. So there's another banana here that we're not sure what it is. It was a trade with a friend, and we're not positive what it is. Some young mulberry coming in here. That's that one's a Hunter, I think. It's either Hunter or 6th Street, and I got the other one someplace else. Summertime, so a lot of the vines is up, and the pollinators are loving it, so I leave it. Doesn't bother me. And then all these beds will come back. There's some yams growing under there. I had some natives in there that I thought would have been fine, but were not with the freeze. And then I have yet to plant any of these, but they're coming. That's going to be another theme here shortly with I have yet to plant, because I annexed a big section. We got these little beds that weren't here, I don't think, the last time, that are meant to be more decorative, but I've got a 1,000 Fingers banana and some red galangal. And then I'll put in some flowers and stuff just to make it look nice. This one, I don't remember what you are. This one is a Kerala Mysore. I've yet to see that one fruit. That one's brand new. That's some bamboo. This one we're calling Shady Grove Cassava, because I got it from a buddy of mine, Mr. Andy Firk. And there's the alleyway going back in. So that over there was the first phase that I just planted a bunch of stuff and left it alone, and it's been doing fine. No effort. Big Tithonia in the middle. Lots of elderberry here that was natural, and I kind of leave it where it seems to be doing well. For example, going into this phase, that is all elderberry, and I'm cool with it because I like elderberries. This phase used to be the pig yard, and I've cleared it out multiple times, and at this point we have working on paths that are getting overgrown, but there was so much invasive pressure here that it's a job just to keep up with it. So I'm doing little areas at a time and trying to keep those cleared as you go through. This area is going to be all for peaches. I've actually got a couple in there that are kind of stashed away till I can get in here and tear it up again. I had like 2 weeks in a row of straight work, so I didn't get any time in here, and then the rain hit. Wow, this is the jungle. Very little of it is stuff I've planted. So these beds, it's a Monthan banana. There's a few gingers in the back over here, pineapples everywhere. And we're just plunking things in. We've really done nothing over there that way, but you get a vibe for the walkway, what we have in mind. That's a praying hands banana. There's another papaya in here that's coming along. And this middle section, talked about it before, it goes all the way around here. And we'll walk on the other side in a second, but it's I'm not going to do anything with it for a while. So I'm going to go all the way around the edges and get them squared away. And now that I have paths, I know kind of what I want to do. And so we just cleared this whole section, pulled out a bunch, and it's already growing back. But this will be a garden area to tackle, and I'm kind of designing each section as I go. Makes it more fun, and lots of little designs. This corner has been kind of planted. Now I just got to wait for it to catch up. So I've got some decorative stuff. That's a regular culinary ginger. I've got a hosta in there. I've got some coffee. I've got some bunya. I've got more holes in here that I got to fill in, but I want to get the coffee going in this little spot. I think it's a nice spot for it. This is Canna edulis, so you can eat the root. Guinea arrowroot, cardamom, and then this section is like the first section I did, but I was given a bunch of plants from a friend that had to dig them up, and we weren't really sure how they would do, so we dropped them in and kind of left them on their own, and they made it through winter mostly, but the weeds are in here right now just to protect from the heat until the overstory fills in a little bit, and then I'll come clean it all out. But there's a sugar apple that came back from the cold, which I was surprised. Bunch of pineapples all through the system, and there's citrus. We've passed 4 citrus in this little stretch, but it's hard to see. There's another bunya back in there, just chilling. Buddy of mine gave me those. I had one friend that gave me the gnome, and the other one that gave me the bromeliads, and I figure that way they get to be included in my garden as it develops. More citrus. All these citrus came from my friend that donated them. Another banana up there, sucrier, and then I'll go around the outside. This little corner is kind of built and just working on maintenance with it right now, so there's some flowery things going on up in here. That is a Tide dwarf ginger, pineapples down both sides, spiral ginger in the middle, finger lime, and maybe, I think there's a sweet potato in here too as a ground cover once it takes off, but they're not very old. More pineapples. This is all tea, the Camellia sinensis. These little bananas we're calling Greenbrier. We had them at our last farm, and I didn't take any with me, and a friend of mine that I had given some to had it growing and fruiting, and I have no idea what it is, but the fruit was good. So I got it, and we just named it after the road we used to live on. And then this whole pouch is a weedy mess, but it was it still is. It's all natives, so we're right now actually fighting the invasives to get them out so the natives can live, but it's all like butterfly plants and spiderwort and just different things that will grow up and be cool over time. That's less than a month old, so the Simpson stopper, there's some wax myrtle, there's butterfly weed, there's a bunch of different things in here that will be evident once I get some of the other stuff pulled out. And back there's where we kind of came in off this side, and we walked around that side. This whole large area is untouched, and soon will start going under cultivation. And then around the perimeter I've got this little walkway started, and there's little walkways everywhere that take you down the different sections. So this island will be one thing, and this island over here will be another thing. So I've already got some butterfly weed, got a couple watermelon going. There's another cassava in here. It's a Cuban cassava that I just planted from a little twig that I kind of forgot about. And the watermelon's kind of pervading. There's a popcorn senna. There's some sweet potatoes going over here. There's a couple of dragon fruit cuttings going down here that I'm hoping take over this stump. There's another mulberry. This is the same one we had, the big one by the house. We really like it, the black mulberry, or the giant, I'm sorry. And it's super sweet, big, good size. They're not giant like a Pakistani, but they're plentiful. And they, to me, they taste better. They're plumper. It's an Elliott pecan. We gotta get in here and clear this path. This is a volunteer papaya that came up. Same thing with this tomato. I already pulled a few tomatoes off of this. These are all planted by the pigs. So this whole area we've been walking, once we got into the thick untouched stuff, was the pig yard. So they've done a lot of work for us. And the ground is amazing and it grows. And there's another Elliott pecan. And not much. So this center section I started by I threw some pumpkin seeds in the ground. And since they're the magic Seminole pumpkin seed, it is quite happy. And so it's kind of taken over this section until I have time to do anything with it. And the suckers are big too. If I hold my hand up, you can get a feel for some pretty good sized leaves. A few pumpkins starting already. Alright, and so this is the bane of my existence right now. This is I call it bush mint, but I'm not sure what it actually is called. It has an incredible taproot system. Alright, and so that goes back to the area that I had told you when we were at the other end, that where we'll have peaches all through there. But this whole section over here will be planted. There's a lot to do. And hopefully over the summer I'll be able to do a little bit here, a little bit there until the fall kicks in and I can kick it into high gear. And there's another finger lime there. This is the avocado that we talked about. All right, well, that should do it. That gets us an update of where we're at. It's been less than a year since I started the pig yard, so that's why there's not much happening there. And between freezes and work and kids in school and all that, it's been slow, but slow and steady. We'll get there. Have a good one.